no sooner had time to move away from the flood in the resort of Antalya, which was caused by a heavy downpour with snow and hail on December 12, as already on December 17, warm sunny weather set in this popular Turkish resort. Thus, the air warmed up to +21°C during the day, and the sea temperature was +19°C. The warmth like a magnet instantly drew foreign tourists to the beach. On the main beach of Antalya, Konyata, groups of Russian and Iranian tourists were observed, with the Russians going to swim in the sea, and the Iranians watching them, sunbathing and laughing. The public beaches were mostly winterized tourists who stopped there to survive the long coronavirus winter in the Mediterranean climate. In addition to Russians, there were a lot of Germans sunbathing. There were also Dutch, Swedes, Norwegians, Poles, Ukrainians and Iranians. There was a relative revival on the beaches of the hotels, but there were almost no Russian tourists there. German pensioners predominate. As Heathrow prepares for a much-needed boost in the form of the Christmas getaway and the capital moves into Tier 3, passengers are being reminded of guidelines at the airport. Measures come with a stark explanation from the airport saying that passenger experience will come secondary to safety measures to ensure swift and safe getaways. Only those traveling will be allowed access to terminals, and so welcoming and farewell parties are being asked to either stay in their cars or at home. This strict policy will ensure that unnecessary numbers are not waiting in terminals, as the airport focuses on getting passengers away on much-needed breaks. Those preparing to fly are being asked to wrap up warm, as they may be asked to wait outside terminals if congestion starts to build. Managed areas outside the terminals, which will be undercover, are being prepared, alongside additional marshals who will be on hand to help. Passengers are also being reminded that the wearing of face coverings is mandatory at the airport, as social distancing is not always possible. Catherine Leahy, Airport Operations Director at Heathrow, said, "Protecting our colleagues and customers is always our #1 priority. In the coming days and over the Christmas period, our terminals are likely to feel busy and we will need to manage this carefully. We are asking passengers to support us in maintaining social distancing, wearing face masks and following the instructions of the additional COVID-19 marshals we will have on duty. That way, working together, we can ensure a safe and swift getaway for everyone." Measures for operational terminals 2 and 5 will be implemented immediately, reflecting the move into Tier 3 earlier this week. Cruise operator Royal Caribbean announced the sale of 2 of the 26 liners, the oldest ships of its fleet, Empress of the Seas and Majesty of the Seas, went to auction. These ships were sold to an unknown buyer in Asia. Ships produced in 1990 and 1992 respectively were, in addition, the smallest Royal Caribbean liners, 48 and 78,000 tons in weight, respectively. Even before the coronavirus crisis, they shifted from the main routes to which larger ships left. Well, the coronavirus and the complete suspension of cruise activities are forcing cruise companies to accelerate the optimization of their fleet. It should be noted that the Majesty of the Seas was one of 3 sister ships presented by Royal Caribbean from 1988 to 1992. At the time, these 3 ships, known as the Sovereign class, were considered the first true megaships. The other 2 ships, Sovereign of the Seas and Monarch of the Seas, left the Royal Caribbean fleet in pre-coronavirus times in 2008 and 2013, respectively, and were decommissioned. We plan to replenish our fleet in the coming years with new innovative ships, so we look forward to seeing our guests and team continue to make new memories with us, commented the sale of the liners in the company. Note that not only Royal Caribbean has reduced its fleet in the context of the coronavirus crisis. Holland America reduced the size of its fleet by 29% by removing 4 of the least liquid tourist vessels, and 4 liners were withdrawn from its fleet by Carnival Cruise Line. Princess Cruises and Costa Cruises have also said goodbye to excess capacity. For now, Royal Caribbean has cancelled all upcoming flights to Empress of the Seas and Majesty of the Seas. The company's experts said they will contact tourists who have booked tickets for the ships and their travel agents to discuss compensation options. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Write in comments. Bye.